My name is Heidi. I am a retired police officer with the RCMP, and these are going to be my video vlogs. So I thought I'll kind of start from the beginning. I joined the RCMP in 2006. I was at school UFE for criminology, and before I finished my degree, I think I'm still about 3 courses shy, I got into the RCMP and I left. So as everyone knows, it's quite the process to get into the RCMP. And before you leave, you have to go to sign paperwork. I did mine in Vancouver. The group, I think there was 6 of us, might be a little inaccurate there, but something like that. We're all in Vancouver to sign the paperwork to go to Depot. And we were told there that there was a non-written agreement that anyone from the Lower Mainland would be returning to the Lower Mainland. And this was due to the prices of housing. So I left on the premise that I was coming back to BC, to the Lower Mainland. So the day I arrived, it was a blizzard in Regina. I remember the doors opening when we landed to go catch our cab to take us to Depot. And one of the, I don't want to say it's troop mates, they never made it that far. One of the people that landed with us, they literally turned around and went nope and walked back, and he caught a flight home. When I got there, you could either stay in like a dorm style where everyone's beds were lined up together in like a big room. I was one of the lucky people who had my own room. So it had the bed and the bathroom, and then really set like a dorm style, and there was like a common room with like a TV and stuff like that. So when you're there, everything needs to be kept perfect. Like they take you shopping, you go to like Walmart, you get your big container, which is supposed to house all of your personal belongings, and locked. And then you get your issued uniform that gets to be hung up. All has to be ironed. We always say like no train tracks, like meaning you have one straight line creased in your shirts. It's where all your pants and everything hang, and that stuff gets inspected. So whenever you hear about your rooms getting inspected, or you hear those kinds of stories, they will go into your room at any point in time. It's very militant. Check your uniforms, check your bed. Is it ironed, like creased, super tight? And then if you forgot to lock where your personal stuff is, they will literally tip the bin out and dump it everywhere. Anyways, I think it was 12 girls in my troop, and that was actually quite a large number. And it was just a very interesting experience. So one of the things being female, it was very much a male-dominated environment. It was just, there was a lot of sexist remarks, a lot of men not wanting to work with the female, not wanting you to join their troop or be a part of it. There was one of the troop mates we had in particular, he was very outright spoken, saying, I will not have a female back me up. Don't join my calls. If I ever get a call for service, like I'm never having them join me. I'm never gonna back them up. Didn't understand why a female would join the RCMP. And you know what's crazy is him and I had the same shot. I think we were both 1 off from perfect score. You would want me backing you up if you were on a file. Like, why not? My shot was way better than 90% of the people in our troop. Why would you not? I remember going to our facilitator and talking to him about his comments, and he would just say, oh, that's just the way he is. You know, it's just how it goes. and just feeling so deflated. Like, how do you let somebody speak like that so openly in front of everybody, and you're just supposed to take it and be okay with it? It was just still that time, still that era of it didn't matter what you said. We were the lower sex. It just was what it was. There was also, I had a facilitator. So your facilitators, just consider them like teachers. So when you're in depot, you, just to give you kind of like an understanding, you don't get to walk on the sidewalks. You are not a civilian. You are not a constable. You have to walk on the streets beside, you know, like a corporal or a constable or anyone that can walk on sidewalks. You are not allowed to. You were definitely less than. And I had a facilitator who kept inviting me to his house. He wanted me to come home with him. So just kind of keep in mind, first of all, there's a big age difference. When I joined, I think I was about 24 years old, 25. He was for sure my dad's age, maybe a bit younger. And here I am, someone who's not supposed to talk back. I can't even walk on the sidewalk, and I've got to be the person who say no and hope it doesn't have an impact on me. I always turned it down, always said, yeah, no thanks. Like, thanks for the invite, like, no thank you. Super inappropriate. He went on later that I had heard through other women, walking in on them in their bedrooms while they were changing and showering. Eventually, they heard the cries of the women, like, get this guy out of here. They promoted him, and that's how they got him out of there. He's now a white shirt somewhere in Ottawa. I'm sure he has abused many a woman along the way. I have 17 years, so just think 17 years plus. I'm sure I wasn't the first. Definitely wasn't the last.